Hey everyone, Iron Spider-Man here with another CGC comic book video. Today I'm going to be showing you guys two books, two original art pieces that I had done at the Three Rivers Comic Con back in June. That's here in Pittsburgh. I believe it was the first weekend of June, June 7th, if I'm not mistaken. So the first one book is by Ron Friends, and the other is by Pat Alif. I hope I'm saying that correctly. So, before, I always like to tell little, like, the story leading up to it. So, I'd never been to this convention. I live about 45 minutes to an hour away from Pittsburgh, and I thought, this year especially, I wanted to try and do new things, go to conventions I don't normally go to, and just, do some more stuff for me. And it wasn't, like, the space really wasn't that big. Like, you could walk through the entire convention in 10 minutes. A lot of people I knew from Steel City Con, which is also right near Pittsburgh, were there. And there really wasn't too much for me to buy, except for these. So, Ron Friends was there, Pat Alif, I can't remember David Wachter, is it? He did like a few of the IDW, the 2011 Ninja Turtles run. Greg Land. I really wanted to get Greg Land because I do like his art, but he was super expensive. I think he started at $350 and went up to $900 for what I would have wanted to do. So I passed on him, maybe next year. But so I went over to Pat Alif first, because I also had just started rereading the Spider-Girl series. Love his art, really loved Spider-Girl, really wanted something Spider-Girl from him. So, nice guy, too. I walked up, I said, hey, I would like a full sketch, if that would, that'd be okay. He said that'd be $200, which I'm like, okay, that's fair. Also, I had, shout out to JJL Collectibles. They're on Instagram. They are CGC facilitators. They also had a booth there. They were selling stuff. Jackie and Jason, I believe their names were. Super nice people, super wonderful. Made the process really easy. So Jackie came over with me to talk to Pat Alif and Ron Friends. So Pat Alif, I said I would really like, like May Day, like taking off a jacket or something, like revealing the spider costume underneath, or like getting suited up, I guess. And I asked him if he would do the with great power, there must also come great responsibility. And he's writing all this down. He goes, I'm sorry, what is it again? And again, like, I just think it's funny how, like, writers or artists sometimes are like, well, what's even the full quote? I'm like, you worked on these books. I feel like you should know. But again, super nice guy. I'm not trying to speak negatively about him. I just thought that was kind of funny, odd, haha. So, he didn't. Now, for both these, I didn't see, like, I had to leave. So, Jackie was able to come back later and pick up the books for me, send them to CGC, all of that, and I paid them up front. So, that was really nice and convenient. So I didn't see these until she texted me I think it was her, one of the two, texted me a picture a few hours later. So this is what Pat Alif did, which I'm very happy with. Came back in 9.8. However, with the quote here, he missed the there. So with great power must also come great responsibility. It's supposed to be with great power, there must also. Not a huge deal, but like my OCD perfectionist brain, that hurts a little. Again, maybe I'm being over dramatic, but this would have easily been top 5, top 10 books in my collection if it was just one word was missing. It just, again, nice guy. I'm sure he didn't do it on purpose. It's kind of a bummer, but I really do like this book. Very happy with it. He drew her expertly, even did like some brick wall back here, did not need to do that. This is also on the blank sketch cover for the most current Amazing Spider-Man series. which I actually haven't been hating. It's at least better than Zeb Wells' run. Um, but yeah, so I was happy with this. Not bad. Again, just that one word would have made it perfect. So then I went over to Ron Friends right after. He was joking around and being sarcastic, so like it was fun and I enjoyed meeting him. But I asked him to do Spider-Man or Peter getting the symbiote on him, but like the symbiote's still in motion. And I asked him, I was like, as I'm saying this, like, yeah, I would like Peter just getting the symbiote, like, turning into the costume, but it's still, like, in motion. Like, I don't want just, like, the solid costume. I want it still, like, moving, if that makes sense. And he's looking at me confused the whole time I'm trying to explain this. And he doesn't say anything. I was like, is that something you can do? Like, does that make sense how I explained it? And he was like, yeah, I'm familiar with how the symbiote works. And I was like, okay, I'm sorry. I just, like, I don't know. He seemed like offended that I asked that, but I was like, I'm just trying to make sure you understand what I'm saying. Maybe I wasn't explaining it well enough, which I can do. So I don't know, he just seemed like he got a little angry. And he said, do you want it Peter, like the symbiote coming out of his clothes, or like having the classic Spider-Man costume underneath? And I said, oh, that's a really good question. I was like, I hadn't thought about that. I said, I'll let you decide whatever you feel more comfortable doing. And then I said, if you wouldn't mind, would you mind writing the same thing I had Petal Leaf do? With great power, I think I said it wrong, apparently, to him. I thought I said, with great power, there must also come great responsibility. I thought that's what I said, because that is the full line from the comic. He had then kind of like whipped up to me and goes, that's not the full line, that's wrong, that's a shortened version, da 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 da. And I was like, what is happening? And like, I'm looking at Jackie next to me, and I was like, is he actually mad? Is he screwing with me? Like, I'm kind of confused. So I said, I'm sorry, I did not mean to mess that up. He goes, and you call yourself a Spider-Man fan. But he said that kind of jokingly, so I'm like, is he just messing with me this whole time? Like, I've looked up other people's interactions, and they said they've all been great with him. So I was like, maybe he's just like really jokey today, and maybe it's just coming off wrong to me. I don't know. So I asked for that. I paid him. I said, thank you so much, sir. I went on my way. So then, again, she texts me the final product later that day. I was kind of confused by the black bar here. Maybe that's an artist thing and I just don't understand. Perfectly possible. But I really liked this. I was like, okay, classic underneath, symbiote coming over. It's still like there's tendrils flying around him. I was like, perfect. But then I saw it's best wishes, Ron Friends. And she said, yeah, unfortunately, he said because you messed up the quote, he's not putting it on there. And I'm like, okay, what the... Like, so he was kind of being an ass. And I don't understand. Like, I'm paying you $200. I asked for something... I tell you specifically what I want, and you can't deliver. Again, beautiful piece here. I love this book. I am happy with it. But, like, I don't know. He kind of, like, Paddle Leaf missed a word. He wouldn't put this because I said it to him wrong. Like, it was almost kind of like a double whammy where I'm like, okay, why? Like, what did I do wrong that, like, I'm kind of being treated this way? But, and I know this might sound like negative, but, like, I am happy with these books, but, like, that memory will always stick with me now. I'm like, oh, this is a great book, but, like, Ron Friends was kind of a dick when he did it and he wouldn't write the quote. Oh, this book, I love this book, but Paddle Leaf missed a word. And, like, I don't want to sound ungrateful, I don't want to sound unhappy, like, but the art pieces on both these books are fantastic, and I love them. Like, that will never change. Just... this is going to hurt my brain. This is kind of a bad memory. Again, please let me know. Like, am I overreacting? Am I being dramatic? It's just, I try to be truthful and honest and that's, you know, these videos help me get some of this out. Again, maybe it is me. Maybe I'm in the wrong here or something. I don't know. So, but yeah, those were the 2 books I got. Just wanted to share. This meant to be a quicker video, but here we are at the 10-minute mark. So I will see you guys in the next video.